We're out here at Buttonwillow Raceway to get some baseline data on our brand new Project C7 Corvette. Before we go on track, we're going to make sure we prevent the front end of our car from getting all chipped up in those nasty tar marks from tires. A lot of people put that blue painter's tape all over the car, but a company called XPEL makes this nice roll of clear track wrap. It's basically I think it's a vinyl material that you just stretch over like saran wrap on the front of the car. This stuff isn't the easiest to work with because it's pretty thick, but that's actually going to give us more protection. I'm not going to get a night job wrapping cars, but we're pretty confident that this is going to protect our car on the track. For more information on XPEL's track wrap, check out tracwrap.com.
Here we are at Buttonwillow. We got a whole bunch of performance parts from Chevy Performance, but before we put those goodies on, we got to do a baseline.
Carla is our test driver, and she has a lot of experience racing in NASA and Time Attack, as well as SCCA. And we're going to turn it over to her for some quick laps and some driving impressions.
Why? Yes, sweetheart, you've got 10 cushions. Besides, I like your dress. I'm playing. But let me not be weak and let me speak. Your mind is brighter than your booty. It's the courting that I seek.
So Carla, what do you think about the Corvette?
Well, Mike, I'm all smiles right now. I had a blast driving the car. Honestly, quite a dream come true. I've always wanted to own a Corvette. I had a lot of fun. The car handles great. It's very well balanced. Power feels amazing. You can't really ask for that much more coming from a bone stock car.
So what would you say its attributes are?
You know, I would say the power delivery is definitely on point with this car. Also, just the agility of the car when you're driving it and how you're able to transition the weight pretty decently well for stock suspension.
It's a really big car too.
It is a really big car, and because of that, I wish that the brakes were a little bit better.
So what kind of issues were you having with the brakes?
Well, I mean, we're running a street pad composition. It just didn't feel like it was enough for considering the weight of the car and also the power. So, you know, I'm reaching pretty high speeds on coming into corners. So I think it could go a lot faster with just a little bit better brake compound.
What do you think about the traction control? Like on these modern cars with a lot of electronic nannies, they can be pretty obnoxious.
Well, we had kind of an interesting experience with the traction control in the different modes. The first time we were accidentally in touring mode, so that's pretty much full traction control, and it was very intrusive and quite annoying actually. I mean, coming into an apex, it would kick in and, well, it won't really let you do anything with it. We tried track mode.
Okay.
And it was quite a bit better, but still intrusive.
Okay.
So then we went ahead and removed the first stage of traction control.
Okay.
And that actually, I feel, was perfect.
Oh, for this track?
For this track, yes. If the rear would get a little bit loose, it would kick in, but it's so light that a lot of people might not really notice it.
Did you like the amount of power, or did you feel like it had a lot of low-end torque and able to like really come out of the corners well? Or?
It's interesting, Mike, because actually there was a little bit of lag with the torque low end, but once you hit about 3,000 RPM, it really kicks in, and it kicks in strong, yet not too strong where you're gonna lose traction in the rear, slide around, or spin the tires.
How about the chassis? Was the car good at turn in, mid-turn, corner exit?
You know, I was a little bit surprised that on turn-in there was quite a bit of push naturally in the chassis. I understand why. You know, it's safer that way, and it won't put you in a bad situation. However, when you want to reset the car just a little bit, it causes the rear to slide out and makes the car a little bit unstable.
Is it hard to control, or does the car just rotate nicely?
No, it's actually really easy to control. It's very predictable, not twitchy or anything like that.
So once the chassis is under a constant load and you're like mid-turn, how is the car?
It's actually really stable. It feels very planted, even with the stock tires. Not a whole lot of mid-corner understeer.
Oh, that's good, because that's like a problem with a lot of front-engine cars. How about corner exit oversteer? Did it put the power down well, or were...
It actually put the power down very well. This is definitely the best stock car that I've ever driven. It's a lot of fun.
Well, there we go. A really good car from the factory. Usually with factory engineering, that's pretty awesome. It's really hard to improve it without messing it up, but we're going to do it with some factory engineered performance parts.
Before we cut out, we're going to give you some quick data for the day. We tested our car at one of Global Time Attack's events, and they were able to provide us with the lap times, which the best we saw was a 2:01. In an earlier video, we showed you that we installed AEM's AQ1 OBD2 data logger. That device allowed us to capture all the engine data coming out of our ECU through the OBD2 port. For today's purpose, we only grabbed the vehicle speed, engine speed, ambient air temperature, and engine coolant temperatures. The AQ1 also has a 3-axis accelerometer built in, so if you see in this middle band here, all these squiggly lines are the acceleration in the lateral, longitudinal, and vertical directions. That's our G-force. So if you right-click on anywhere in the screen here and hit Selection Statistics, All Lanes, it pops up a convenient little chart here that shows you all the minimum and maximum information for all the data you're collecting here in the window. So we can see our maximum speed we hit was 121 miles an hour. Maximum engine speed was 6,500 RPMs. Our maximum lateral Gs was 1.62, which seems kind of high, but if you double click on that, it'll take you to the exact point that happened. And then if we close this window and roll our mouse, we can zoom in on that and see what happened there. So we can see it's just a quick spike down there, but you can also see that the vertical acceleration makes a spike. So we probably had a bump there, and that's what caused that to increase. Going back to that chart, we can see our longitudinal acceleration, so that's braking and acceleration. Our maximum braking is 1.12. We'll be doing a brake upgrade here, so hopefully that number will go farther down. And the maximum acceleration Gs was 0.55. So if we ever do power mods, we'd expect that number to go up. Obviously both of those will be traction limited. We'll also be installing a upgraded radiator fan that Chevy Performance offers, as well as an additional radiator. So we captured the engine coolant temperature. We'll hope to see that number go down. And then we also have the ambient air temperature here. The temperature probably won't be the exact same when we go there, so that's just an interesting data point to keep. Now, unfortunately, we don't have AEM's VDM, the Vehicle Dynamics Module accessory, plugged into this. Had we had that, we could also capture GPS information, which would allow us to overlay a track map, and then we could actually visualize where all this data occurred. So that'd be nice. Hopefully we'll have that before we return to the track. So stay tuned. We're going to install all these parts from Chevy Performance, and we'll be back at the track to get more data. If you like the videos that we're making, please hit that thumbs up, and we'd appreciate it if you'd also subscribe. Thanks for watching.